High school students use technology to connect with peers half a world away. A 10-year-old sees a need and offers to help. Now emergency responders stop by to say thanks. Special honors for 4 middle school students for their essays on America's veterans. And the district hosts a business boot camp for metro area high school students. It's all ahead on this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Welcome to Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. I'm your host, Leanne Neal. Technology is helping some Shawnee Mission students practice their world language skills by communicating with their peers overseas.
Quand on utilise ça, c'est vraiment la contraction de ceci ou cela.
Students in Laura Losey's advanced French classes are taking their lessons out of the textbook and into real life.
We really started last year, where we started with pen pal programs in France, both in Amiens and in Orléans, which are 2 cities about an hour and a half south of Paris.
But instead of old-fashioned snail mail, these pen pals began corresponding by email.
So I'll actually write to her in both French and English, and then she'll correct my French just so that she understands what I'm trying to say, and then she does the same thing, French and English.
What started with email quickly expanded into other areas of social media for many of the pen pals.
We Snapchat, we follow each other on Instagram and Twitter. Our age group, that's what we do, and so it's made it a lot more, frequent, the communication between each of us, because emailing back and forth, you email, but you get there's only so much you can say, so it's neat to post pictures and show each other, what's going on in your lives.
It has helped so much, and we're talking about Skyping soon also. It's so much more, a lot better.
When the district's technology initiative put a computer into the hands of each of her students, Madame Losey saw another opportunity.
We thought, we ought to be able to use a video. So we gave the students guidelines on how to do a video to introduce themselves to their pen pals who were new this year, to show them what an American school was, and they did a little speech about themselves and what classes they took.
It's really cool to see how different her life is, and even just the architecture of her school compared to ours.
We talk about everything, our school lives, our personal lives, whatever we're doing at the time. If there are holidays, I love telling her about our traditions here and then comparing what she does there.
And so she said, "Happy New Year, I see that you had a great holiday. For my part, I went to the countryside on my holiday house with my family. We saw the rest of our family and some friends during a Christmas feast. That was great."
It was fun for them, apparently, but it was really cool for me to see that they were happy doing something. And then it was going to France, and they learned so much from their pen pals. Because I'm French, and I know a lot about France in school. And I thought when this opportunity came, I thought, they have to do this. We have to do this so they can learn from peers.
I learn a lot here, but it's great to, put that in practice in an email or a text and have her say, maybe this could be improved this way and whatnot.
It's hard for me to even comprehend the fact that they're not speaking English and learning what we're learning, and it's just everything's so different. But it's so cool because we still share, since we're both teenagers, about the same age, we share a lot of characteristics, so it's a lot of fun.
In addition to communicating with their peers in France, Madame Losey's students are practicing their world language skills by translating books for children in Haiti.
Each kid brought a book from home that they liked when they were little, or bought one, and they translated in French, and we kept the English translated in French, the words, so that at the same time, if they were to learn English, then they could use the books again.
Students say doing the translation helped build their French skills.
The dialect is a little bit different in a children's book. You have different sounds and kind of a different way of writing a book as opposed to just normal dialogue like we would do in class. So it was interesting I definitely learned new things.
Up next, Find out why the first basket scored on senior night at Shawnee Mission North was something special.
Hi, I'm Ava and I go to Bridrwood Elementary. I read the book Malcolm at Midnight by W.H. Beck. Malcolm at Midnight is about a class pet rat who everyone thinks is a mouse. He befriends some students in Mr. Binney's 5th grade class and the Midnight Academy, which is all the other classes' pets. When Aggie, the leader of Midnight Academy, goes missing and everyone thinks there are ghosts in the school, he has to solve the mystery and find Aggie before it's too late. I give this book 4 out of 5 stars for its interesting plot and its funny footnotes. Go check it out.
Welcome back. Shawnee Mission North athletic fans are used to seeing senior Sam Rogers on the sidelines serving as team manager for the school's varsity football and basketball programs. But on senior night, it was Sam's turn to suit up and take the court.
And right here we have Sam Rogers. He's the team manager for Shawnee Mission North. He's a senior, number 12, and he is starting the game tonight. It's a very, very special start. He's phenomenal, and he was named actually the 2015 Northman.
He's always positive, and he just always brings a smile to everybody's face. He comes to our practices and does work. When I tell him, he'll say, "What you want me to do today?" He is our family. This year, as it got closer, I asked him if he wanted to play in the last game, and he said, "Yeah." And we just made that happen.
Basket is good!
Sam Rogers scores for the first points of the game. Number 12, Sam Rogers with 2 points. What a great start.
You know, what better way of giving him a farewell since he's been here day after day. It means a lot to the rest of the team. The rest of the team is so happy for him. The school, Shawnee Mission North, fell in love with this, and you know what, I'm so glad that it happened. It's a good thing, and we need to make good things happen for our students and our athletes.
And that was the 2015 Northman of the Year, the team manager.
Well, Sam Rogers, he did a great job tonight, and the team loves him. The crowd loves him.
We have a saying in the locker room. We're all one group. We're a family. You know, he's on an all-time high right now, and I want to let that ride, and I hope he remembers that forever.
The Northman is the highest honor that Shawnee Mission North seniors give to one of their own. Congratulations, Sam. Coming up, middle school students receive honors from local veterans. Plus, emergency responders recognize a grade school student who was willing to step in and help. All of this when Spotlight on Shawnee Mission returns. Representatives from 2 veterans of foreign war posts visited Trailridge Middle School to thank students for being exceptional spokespeople for patriotism.
But today we'd like to honor 4 of your classmates who were winners at our individual posts. And one of those winners, one of those 4, went on to win a district as well.
VFW posts from Lenexa and Gardner honored the students who excelled in their youth essay contest.
We'd like to present you with a check for $75 for winning an R Post level.
The first one was a Patriots Pen program. The Patriots Pen program is a essay contest that we do, and it's all over the United States that this happens. The students write an essay, 300 to 400 words, and each year the theme is different, and this year's theme was Why I Appreciate America's Veterans.
8th graders Sophia Nash and Riley Demo were recognized for their winning essays, along with 7th grader John Gilliam.
It's really important because without them, we may not have our world that we live in now. It might have been different if it wasn't that they were fighting for our freedom.
It was an honor. I really enjoyed writing it. It was, since it was a class project, it was easy, but it was truly an honor.
8th grader Jacob Cady was given special recognition for his essay, which advanced to the district level of competition. Jacob was named an Outstanding Young Spokesman of the Future.
So, for winning the 2nd district of Kansas, we have a little check here for $100.
I had a great-grandfather that served in World War I, then one in World War II. I've had 2 uncles that served in Vietnam, and I had one that went to Iraq and Afghanistan, served 2 terms there.
Following the student presentations, Post members took a moment to honor social studies teacher Danielle Bergeron, who had students write the essays as a class assignment. But she says it was easy to get them on board.
A lot of them express interest right at the beginning because they have brothers and sisters, great-grandparents, grandparents that have served in the military. So they had a lot of personal experiences to share. And so that's what kind of drove their writing, was personal stories that they wanted to express on paper.
At the end of the day, hopefully students participate because they feel like it's an opportunity to have their voice heard and to reflect on what the society we live in, and to think about something beyond themselves.
Some other special guests paid a visit to Rising Star Elementary. Emergency responders stopped by to say thanks to a student who stepped in to help.
Okay, we have a special guest here with us today, Captain Winger, who's from the Johnson County MEDAC department here in Johnson County, and he had a special surprise announcement he wanted to share with you this morning.
We had Yesenia to come up front. A couple of weeks ago, Yesenia did a very important and very brave thing to help out a member of her community. We were at a car wreck just down the street on Quivira, and we had a lady who was deaf, and Yesenia saw that we were having a little problem trying to communicate with her and came up to the scene and offered to help with sign language. It's a very important skill that she has, and it was a very brave thing for her to do, and she was very composed and very adult-like, and was a huge help to us in providing care to the patient, to help her figure out what was going on, where she hurt, and what we needed to do to help her. So we have a little certificate for you, Yesenia. It's a certificate of appreciation from MedAct, and then a MedAct challenge coin that we give to our employees when they go above and beyond. So you guys, it's very important, even as a young person, you guys can do a lot to help out your community and help out people around you. It just doesn't take a whole lot, but something like what Yesenia did last week or a couple weeks ago can really have a huge impact. So give Yesenia a round of applause. I was floored, to be honest. A 10-year-old girl walking home from school just to come out of the blue and have that courage and awareness to do that. I was just astounded that this 10-year-old girl would have the nerve and the confidence to come out and do that, and was so helpful.
I heard a weird sound, so I wanted to go look, and we saw the guy. He was trying to talk to a lady, and I saw that she was signing, so I decided to go help.
I have always explained to my kids that even though you may not ever use it, but just knowing a simple alphabet of sign language can be a huge benefactor. I wasn't so shocked. It is just her character to kind of put herself out there and be willing to help when others can't or just won't do it. That was her. I was really proud of her for that.
Rising Star Principal Chris Lash congratulated Yesenia for making a positive difference by helping others. Her story was featured on both the local and national news. When we come back, we'll show you a program that's giving high school entrepreneurs an edge.
Hi, my name is Jem, and I go to Corinth Elementary. I read the book The Shadow Collector's Apprentice by Amy Gordon. This book starts off with a boy named Cully who sees a job offer for the summer and wants to take it. The job is at a place called Batty's Attic, which is an antique store / pawn shop. But Batty is a shadow collector, which is now very illegal. Cully is having a hard time dealing with Batty because he can't get help or advice from his father who has recently disappeared. Will Cully's dad ever come back? Why does Batty want all these shadows? I give this book 5 out of 5 stars for its interesting characters and puzzle-solving mysteries. Go to the library and check it out.
Welcome back. More than 100 high school students are a step closer to making their business dreams a reality after a 4-day business boot camp at Shawnee Mission's Indian Creek Technology Center.
We're here today representing the Hispanic Collaborative and the Hispanic Chamber. And on behalf of the Hispanic Collaborative, I would like to welcome you here today.
BizFest is a business plan competition, but we think of the business plan as an excuse to really teach the students so many other things. For example, they learn about marketing. Just like a company has marketing, an individual has to market themselves. They learn about dressing for success. They learn about finances, cash flow, expenses, income. So they learn a lot.
You guys are going to be working hard, but I guarantee you, in a year from now, you'll be thinking back and being glad that you were involved in this.
How many of you would like to have the $20 bill?
First, students gain some insight and inspiration from keynote speaker Gillian Ortega.
I believe everybody in here has a dream in their heart. If you have a dream in your heart, raise your hand. Now look around the room, look around the room, look around the room, look around the room, right? Everybody has a dream in their heart.
Ortega is an immigrant who had only $20 when she arrived in the United States. She now serves as a national sales director for Mary Kay Cosmetics.
My goal is to really help them at the very beginning of BizFest to teach them something that's going to cause them to anchor into their dream. So to make them more open-minded, because I think a lot of them don't believe that success can be theirs based on their backstory.
This balloon, I want you to take a look at it. Take a look at the balloon.
One of Ortega's activities involves asking each student to blow into a balloon for each instance of something bad in their life.
So are you ready to let it go? That's the question.
And then at the end, I count 3, 2, 1, and I have them let it go so that they can let all that behind them and open up their minds to possibilities while they're here.
Let it go! Woo!
Throughout the week, students learn from leaders in the business community.
What I'm trying to tell you is that 2 things. Number 1, don't let your environment create you, you create your environment. And that's going to be with the way you dress, that's going to be the way you present yourself.
KC BizFest includes instruction in proper business attire for both men and women, listening skills, making eye contact, even the right way to shake someone's hand.
Put your hand out with your hand up like that, like you're going to say. I go like this. I just gently turn it up. We're on neutral ground. You're not any better than me, but I still respect you.
We had to shake their hand, like how to properly shake someone's hand, and mine was a little too weak, so one of the advisors or people told me that I had to shake a little stronger, so to show a little more confidence in myself.
These are very important. These must be covered in your presentation, okay?
From day one, our students, they come in, they look like a regular student, but at the end of the 4th day, they are looking like real professionals in the field. And so just the transformation from, oh, I didn't know this before, or I didn't know I was capable of even doing this. So we really bring a lot of their inner selves out.
It begins to have these students relate to the business world. So they will soon be going to college, they will soon be selecting careers, they soon may be entrepreneurs. And so it's bridging somehow, going from high school to the next thing.
The business leaders also serve as mentors, guiding students as they build their business plans.
They gave me a lot of great ideas as far as labor goes, how much that would cost me, things like that, kind of really critical numbers and stuff that I was missing out on.
I got hooked because I was able to connect with someone from my country, Honduras, and be able to understand what she was going through. Made me realize how lucky I was and also how much I can contribute to help.
All students who complete BizFest are eligible for scholarships from sponsoring colleges. At the end of the week, each student has 5 minutes to present a business plan. Students with the top plans are awarded additional scholarships.
It has been really fun. I really enjoyed just like meeting people. I had never been in a business class or thought of a business plan before. However, I feel like I have so much more information now, and it's actually really fun. So I've enjoyed it a lot.
In its 11th year, KC BizFest can already boast some successful graduates.
About 3 years ago, as an example, we had one of the students present his business plan. That was to go into a roofing business. And this year, Angel came back to the group, and he is operating his business as a roofer.
And this year's crop of entrepreneurs feels equipped and ready to get started.
I'm just really happy to be here. It's a great opportunity. I'm glad I applied.
I think it really does give you an insight about how to start your business, and it's more like simplistic for us to understand how to start it and how to do it.
Well, so far I've learned so much. It's one of the best experiences ever in my life. All the people here, they come with passion to learn and everything. So it's a fun place. Everyone's learning, and it's an incredible experience.
KC BizFest is sponsored by the Greater Kansas City Hispanic Collaborative and the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and hosted by the Shawnee Mission School District. That's all the time we have for this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Join us again as we continue to feature the programs and people of Shawnee Mission who are helping guide students to success. Thank you for watching.